Okay, this is a problem I was having with the blower motor on my 97 Corolla. It's been intermittent for several months, and then it stopped working more or less altogether, and it's in November, and I don't want to go through the winter without my heat, so I've been taking a look at it. According to my Haynes manual, first thing to do is to check the fuse. Now, according to the schematic in the Haynes manual, there's a 40 amp fuse that the blower motor is running off of. And when I look at the little panel under the fuse box under the driver's side kick panel, it mentions that the heater AC fuse location is located behind the assist kick panel, which honestly I didn't know what that meant, but now that I've taken this off to look at my heater, I notice that there is a 40 amp fuse right there, and there's even a 15 amp fuse further behind this wire here that it might be possible, but that's actually for the air conditioning, which is different. So this 40 amp fuse, I do look at it, it looks fine, but honestly I didn't look at it at all and didn't even see it there until I took off this trim panel here. According to get at the blower motor, I had to take off the glove box and a trim panel. I used my Haynes manual, and that description was accurate. The glove box is right there, and I had to take off this trim panel, and this trim panel comes off there, and it turns out that the other two places where it's attached, it actually slides onto these little posts, and the second one I snapped off accidentally when I was taking it off because I didn't know how it went on, so it's still going to be fine. The glove box comes out, and there is a connector here for the airbag, which is supposedly connected to the backside of the glove box, or actually the bottom of it here, but it actually, in my case, well, it's the top of it, and it wasn't actually in there at all. It just, when I took the glove box out, it just came out completely. I didn't have to worry about that at all. When I was taking this out, I disconnected the motor. I was going to start running some tests, and as I was doing that, I noticed something unusual at one of these connectors. Now, when you buy a new motor, this is already connected, and all you have to do is plug it in with this push connector, solderless connector. But I noticed there was a lot of corrosion at this point where there is a butt joint. It looks like that is the way the unit actually came, with that on there, and there was that green corrosion. And as I was playing with that, this relatively large gauge wire, it just pulled right out of this butt connector. And then I realized that this was probably my problem, why it would be intermittent. So I went ahead and I soldered it back in because I didn't want to rely on just trying to crimp this. I used my heavy-duty soldering iron and my flux from the plumber's flux, and I soldered that in, and now when I test the blower motor, it's working fine, so I'm pretty confident that that was the problem. And I think that is everything here. Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks.